Okay, here we are. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to you all. Thank you to Cha Cha, who does a wonderful job. I'll tell you what, he steps in and, Cha Cha doesn't like structure. He's very much like Andrea. Just doesn't like to be told what to do. So now he comes on at the 8:40 mark just about every day, and now he's by popular demand. Now he's doing it, man. That's great stuff by the Cha Cha, and believe me when I tell you, there's only a few people who are able to do what Cha Cha does. Okay, there's a couple of gorillas who can do it, but only a few people. Welcome aboard, everybody, on a lovely Thursday morning. And we are getting ready to head on out on Monday. We will be heading hopefully to see Easy Kill out there in the great state of Ohio, and then moving up to see Unholy Toledo out in Toledo on the 27th. So we are really hooping it up, okay? We'll be in Chicago, Illinois, also on July 22nd, maybe the 23rd. So if you're able to catch up with us, just give me a holler, give me a call, give me an email, give me a tweet, whatever you want to do. Okay, we'll be happy to meet you anywhere. Okay, so let's talk about what we came here to do, and that is, first of all, Cha Cha did a fantastic job of organizing what we talked about to have a draft at this point in time. And the name of the game would be next year, have a draft at the usual time in March, have that end in January, and start a second draft right about now, and then combine the two standings. That will determine the overall winner. In this way, excuse me, in this way, if you have injuries, if you've got players that haven't been producing, a la Jose Ramirez, and this way you can keep your interest, and I think it's the best thing for fantasy baseball right now. Good morning to Short Porch, who has entered the fray, and hopefully we can make sure Short Porch has sound. And if you do, just I will give you my phone number, and you can call any time you like. Hey there, Short Porch. Okay, love to see new people in the chat room. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so let's talk about. First of all, here's the other thing. Now, it's not that easy to. Jose Ramirez went because of a auto pick. And that's the thing, you go to great lengths. I know that sometimes life gets in the way, but I will tell you, when somebody goes all out to do this, and it's and you commit. If you can't do it, then don't commit. If there's any chance that you think it could happen, that you can't make it, then just don't commit to the draft. It's not fair. It's to have Jose Ramirez go in the fourth round. You can't do it. And I know life gets in the way, and I love you all. But come on, everybody. There's plenty of people we can get who... And for example, I put off some plans. Yeah, I did have plans, and I told Cha Cha that I did have plans, but I would cancel them. I told him you could take me out if somebody else wants to come in, that kind of thing. But that's what you do. Okay, now on to bigger and better things, okay? Let's go through. Wow. Let me just take a drink here. Andrea took Max Scherzer real early in the draft. I think he was the second pitch. He was the second pick. Number one in Major League Baseball for first pitch strike percentage. He's throwing first pitch strikes at almost 72%. He's also number one in Major League Baseball in swinging strike percentage at roughly 17%. This is what makes Max Scherzer. Now, next year, I will not. I will not take Berkshire. I think Washington is going to have a big comeback this year. Okay, I think they will be in contention. Therefore, I was going to take Trey Turner. I'll tell you who my picks were. Just go over my team. Okay, briefly, because it was a terrific draft, and here's what I took, and here's why. First of all, at catcher, I waited till the very end. I would have taken anybody. I took James McCann. Okay, not a bad catcher. Now, Joey Votto, I really wanted Joey Votto. If you've been scoring at home, Joey Votto is now starting to pick up the pace. And as you all know, I took Cincinnati as my sleeper team, thinking they will win the National League Central. With that being said, I think Joey Votto was going to be responsible. I love the Atlanta Braves in that National League East. I think they will fortify their pitching staff as a result. Ozzie Albies, and we talked about him yesterday, he faded last year in the second half. I'm hoping that he doesn't, based upon the fact that I think Atlanta, who was also in contention last year, that's the reason I took Josh Donaldson as well over at third base. Javier Baez, as you know, always been a favorite of mine for the home runs and the stolen bases. I do like Amar Rosario. I do think the Mets are going to fall way out, and eventually they'll put Rosario near the top of the order, and I think he'll steal a ton of bases. He already has 10 stolen bases. I think he'll wind up with about 25 stolen bases and 20 home runs. Now, outfield. Justin Upton is getting ready to come back. He was a steal in the round that I took him, and I think Justin Upton is the Angels. Just starting to play great ball. Charlie Blackmon, as Cha-Cha said, with a .330 batting average and 20 home runs, just solid. Mookie Betts, as Cha-Cha said, I didn't even think about Mookie Betts. He came to me. Now, Avisail Garcia is really on a hot streak. And he's got 12 home runs and 9 stolen bases. I love that combination. I also like like A.J. Pollock. Now, in rehab, he started off, I think, 0 for 7 or 0 for 9, but he hit a home run in his last rehab game. He is on his way back. So I think A.J. Pollock, who really dropped late in the draft, I think he's going to be A.J. Pollock. And now we don't have to worry about being injured because he's already been injured. So there you go. I'm kind of liking A.J. Pollock. And the sleeper, the guy who really fell, and here you have Shohei Ohtani, who only eligible at utility. That's it. Only at the utility position. Ohtani has been the reason. He has been the reason that Shohei Ohtani's been the reason why the Angels are starting to really pick up the pace with his 14 home runs and 300 batting average and 4 steals. I did take Ian Desmond only because I needed a corner infielder, and look, he's on his way once again. He's not stealing any bases, but he does have 11 home runs, batting up .274. I think Colorado's not done yet. My reserves on offense, Colton Wong, Brian Anderson. Gregory Polanco is also going to be coming back soon, so don't hesitate to get after Gregory Polanco. My pitching staff, I didn't even think of Hyun-Jin Ryu, but he dropped so far that at that point you just had to take him. I took Hyun-Jin Ryu, then I backed him up with James Paxton and Masahiro Tanaka. I think the Yankees are for real. Paxton, of course, with his ERA and WHIP not being so great, but still I took him, and I took Tanaka as well. I took Kyle Hendricks, who's I don't even think people realize he's back. He is back. And then I took Madison Bumgarner. Hopefully he gets traded. I may wind up with 3 Yankee pitchers. The guy that I really like is Julio Urias, who I think is going to get some innings in the second half with a 2.45 ERA and an 0.9. He's a terrific Josh Hader type, if you will. He'll get the innings. Only had 50 innings. I think he'll get another 50 innings in the second half, maybe even more. Trevor Williams, who has just come back from injury, I speculated because I like him a lot. Now I took Alex Colomé. Alex Colomé's got a 2.02 ERA and an 0.7 WHIP with 20 saves. And I think the White Sox are a much improved team. Raciel Iglesias, this is my Cincinnati theory again. Okay, I think he'll be better. He's been awful. I think they will only use him as the closer with a 4 ERA and a 1.38 WHIP. My reserves are Max Fried. Then I backed him up with Joe Jimenez. If Shane Green gets traded, Jimenez. I wanted Sam Dyson, but he was picked right before me. And then I took A.J. Minter only because you need a player to drop. And so I don't think A.J. Minter's anything, but I know I'm gonna pick up a player, so I will need a player to drop without worrying about the particular player I drop becoming a star. No worry about that. So don't look at me and say you took A.J. Minter and you really think that was worth it. He was only there to be taken so that when I drop him, I will not worry about A.J. Minter becoming a good player. Okay? And if he does, hopefully it happens before I drop him. All right. Now let's take a look at the American League. Yesterday, we went through the National League. Just giving you some tips for the second half of the season and just to regroup a little bit. Now, we all know that the Orioles from Baltimore are going to be, a seller. And who will they be selling? Trey Mancini is the guy that seems to be getting most of the action. So, of course, I'm looking for Trey Mancini to go. And that's going to hurt him because Baltimore has been such a good ballpark for Trey Mancini. So I'm not so high on drafting Trey Mancini. I don't know where he's going, and there's a chance that he could go to the National League, and that might screw him up. Dylan Bundy has pitched well. He's going to be a factor. Andrew Kashner, any one of these two, the Bundy or the Kashner, especially Kashner, who in his last 6 starts has been phenomenal. These two guys have a chance, either one of them or both, have a chance to go to the National League. And I like that. I'm especially high on Kashner. I have him in an AL-only league, and he has been a top-of-the-notch pitcher. Michael Givens looks like he'll be traded. I don't think he'll be a closer. The question is, who will be the closer between Sean Armstrong, Richard Blyer, who's a lefty. They do have Paul Fry. But I think Miguel Castro gets the nod as the closer, a la Lou Landers. So you want to speculate on a closer now? Pick up Miguel Castro, who I think has a chance to get the job in the Baltimore bullpen. As far as the Red Sox are concerned, it's all about pitching here. Offensively, they're very well set. I can only say Michael Chavis, who's done such a terrific job. When Moreland comes off the injured list, he'll get his job back. Michael Chavis is a player that you should market right now. There are players that want to win this year. There are players that also think that Chavis is better than he is. There are also owners that want a keeper league pick, and that could be Michael Chavis. Moreland's going to get his job back, or at least part-time. So market Michael Chavis as good as you think he is. He's not the guy that's going to carry first base for the Boston Red Sox. Chris Sale, David Price, say what you want about these guys. Eduardo Rodriguez, who leads the American League in run support, but who knows what they'll do in the bullpen. And it's very funny, a very interesting article, and we'll get to it after we cover the American League East. Garrett Cole has come out and talked about let's see if I can get to it now, okay? Let's see if I can get to it now. Garrett Cole has come out and said very clearly that half the league, half of Major League Baseball is tanking, okay? And it's disappointing to see. I mean, you're coming to Major League Baseball games to see the best players, and this is according to Garrett Cole, at least 50% of the league doesn't give an expletive, all right, about winning or having their best players on the field. What are we doing? What are we doing? Come on. That's a quote from Garrett Cole, and it's going to be represented this year by the Cleveland Indians, for sure. The Cleveland Indians are the team that represents what Garrett Cole just said. They have a chance to contend, and I think, I really believe that they want to make some trades. They would like to trade Trevor Bauer. They would love to do it, and there's even talk in Cleveland